Well, hi there. Welcome back to Colorado and Company on this Wednesday morning. I hope you're having a great day. You know, Colorado School Grades, an online tool created by a coalition of 18 community organizations. They recently released its 2014 rankings of every public school in the state. The rankings are intended to help parents, students, educators, and of course the community. Colorado School Grades believe all children deserve access to a high-performing school. Their mission is to provide school performance information that is both accessible and easy to understand. Christina Ciccone is the Vice President of Strategy and Communications for Colorado Succeeds, one of 18 community groups that are supporting Colorado School Grades. It's good to see you.
Hi.
I tried to do my best here to explain what Colorado School Grades is, but do it for me. Tell me a little bit more.
It's a website, coloradoschoolgrades.com, where we translate school performance data into a really easy to understand A through F grading system. So it's a tool for parents to use who want to choose a school or figure out just how their school is performing and would like to know that.
And why do you think we should use Colorado School Grades rather than just another rating system out there?
The big reason why is because it's so much simpler than other rating systems. So we all grew up in a public school system or even a private school system where we got an A through F grading system. It's pretty clear you want to get an A, you don't want to get an F. And so it's the same with the schools. Only 10% of the schools in Colorado actually get an A. So those are really, truly the top performing schools in Colorado versus other systems like the state system and some other rating systems that really make it a lot more complicated.
My kids go to Douglas County Schools. I'm going to have to hop on and check that out. I'm so glad. What's listed on a report card when we go to that website and check it out?
So it's for every school in the state. There are 2,000 report cards, and it includes things like an overall grade based on reading, writing, and math scores. It includes proficiency, so how students are doing right now, and also growth, so how they're doing year over year, how the school is actually growing children. And then for high schools, there's also a graduation component and an ACT component, so you can see if kids are college and career ready.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad you added that. What's the process like when we're searching for a school for our child when we go to this website?
You can search by school name. So let's say you want to search for, your child's school. You can just search by name. You can search by zip code and see what schools are around your house or around your place of work. You can also search by city or school district, and you can compare schools. So it's really easy to see, how are the two schools that are closest to your house, how are each one comparing next to each other?
And you said there were 10% of schools only that have an A. So talk about a school that has an A here in the community.
There are some really great schools. One of the highlights is DSST, which is a network of charter schools in Denver, and they have a number of A schools, both at the middle and the high school level. They're getting their kids college and career ready. At high school, every kid has to take pre-calculus. They all get to have an internship and a senior project, so gets into that career piece. And then they have this great culture and energy, and so they're not only making their kids feel good, but they're also helping them perform really well.
As a mom of two boys, I'm so happy this is out there. My oldest went to high school, and we actually did tours of different schools, and he didn't go to the school that he was supposed to go to within our community. We chose a different one because we felt it was better for him. Now, how long has this website been around? Because it could have been easier for me to do it that way.
We've been around for 5 years now, which is great, and it is true that in Colorado, you make a really good point. All parents have a choice when it comes to going to school. So you can go to your neighborhood school, the school down the street. But if you decide that there's another school that might be better for your child, for maybe they're gifted and talented, maybe they have special needs, maybe there's a certain model that you like in a school, you do have a choice. And so what Colorado School Grades is doing is helping you navigate those options. I mean, with 2,000 options, that's a lot of choices.
It would have been so much easier if I was in my slippers instead of walking around each school. Tell me what else I'll find on this website besides besides just the grades?
We have report cards for every school, and then we also have resources for parents who want to look for a school. Let's say that you're totally new to the school choice process. You have a really young child who's entering kindergarten. What should you do when you're looking for a school, when you're trying to find that perfect school? We also have resources for how to talk to your teacher. So, if you're going to a parent-teacher conference, what kind of questions should you ask to figure out if your student is performing and how can they do better? And that's on our Families Take Action blog. We have a lot of parents who are writing these posts for us, and so this is real experience from parents who have gone through this process themselves.
And can you compare schools side by side on the site?
You can, yeah. You can compare 4 schools side by side on the site. So, let's say, you want to look at a school near where you work and one near where you live, and you can compare those 2 side by side.
Who uses this site the most, do you think? Parents?
I definitely think parents use it the most.
Right.
I think it's a great resource for the community at large, for sure. Another group that uses it are realtors. I mean, everybody has, even though you can choose a school, everybody feels this need to live near a great school.
That's
too.
what I thought when we first started talking. I bet this influences where people, if they're new to the community, where they move, what city, because they want to be surrounded by a good school.
That's right.
How can schools increase their ranks? Can they increase their grades?
To increase their grades, it's a number of different pieces. A lot of it has to do with academic proficiency, so how kids are doing on the reading, writing, and math tests each year. And there are schools that are improving kids at an amazing rate. One of the schools that I know of that's one of the top 10 elementary schools in the state is Trout Core Knowledge in Fort Collins. And they have interventions with students who really need it the most. And that's one of the reasons why they've become one of the top 10 schools, is they're doing such a great job getting kids to grow into that position.
I don't want to put the pressure on you, but if you can answer this, I'm looking for the top rated Denver metro schools as far as high school, middle school, and then elementary school.
Well, we have a great infographic that's on our website that shows the top 10 elementary, middle, and high schools, and hopefully people can go visit that list. In general, Denver has the most top elementary schools, and you can actually see it right there. There's our infographic.
Good.
And it includes Swigert and Bear Creek, which is in Lakewood, but there are a lot of metro area schools there. And then when it comes to middle and high schools, DSST is doing really well.
Now, is it possible for parents to be proactive in this and help the school increase their ranking?
Absolutely. I think parental involvement in a school is critical. I mean, you can be helping your kids learn at home, you can volunteer at the school, ask lots of questions. Just being an involved parent is a absolutely critical way to make sure that your kid's school is doing really well.
My elementary guy is going into middle school. We were just at Parents' Night last night, so this is such valuable information. Thank you for coming on the show. Colorado School Grades represents an alternative to other school rating systems. Nearly 2,000 Colorado public schools are ranked annually and have helped thousands of parents determine the best schools for their kiddos. You can check out your school or those in your area that your child may attend and see how they rank. Visit coloradoschoolgrades.com.